Well, good morning and welcome to a beautiful sunrise. It's really early, it's 6:15 a.m. and I figured what a perfect time to do a time lapse of the tent coming down and the sun coming up. Enjoy. One last goodbye to the sunrise. Thanks for waking me up this morning. All right, the sunrise didn't wake me up, but I woke up early not wanting to miss the sunrise, so that's a more accurate statement. About an hour away from St. George, Utah. I just passed through Las Vegas, got through all that traffic, and now I'm back on the freeway. About to go into the canyon here in between Arizona and Utah, and it's an absolutely beautiful drive. Whoever had the job of cutting out the canyon and building the road here, it's quite a lot of work. So I noticed on social media, American Adventure Labs was promoting free ice cream sandwiches out of what they called their Blizzard box. I don't know if that's a new product or if it's just a catchy name for a Jeep fridge or what. Maybe it's something inside their headquarters, I don't know. But I had a few questions for them anyway, so it's the perfect time to go get some ice cream and see those guys. And I gotta be honest, a bit of an ice cream addict. I love ice cream, and I haven't had any this whole entire trip because I was working really hard to only eat the food that I brought, and so the idea of getting some ice cream is pretty awesome. So I'm at American Adventure Labs, and they have inside the Blizzard box, it's a brand of fridge, and I'd like to go look at those. Lots of ice cream. I just had an ice cream sandwich. They got popsicles. This fridge is actually interesting. I wanted you to see this. So this Blizzard box fridge, you squeeze this to lift up. You could do the same thing and open from that side, or you can grab them both and lift it all the way off. So it's a really nice way, and that's a pretty decent size there. A really nice way to get access to your food either from the front or the back. Imagine the kids are like, you're on a trip and you're like, hey, will you reach in and grab me a popsicle from over the back seat? They could do that. Later on, you're like, hey, let's make dinner from the front or from the rear of the vehicle with the tailgate open. You do this. Or you could say, slide it out on your slide, open the whole thing off, and then we can access whatever we need instead of having to deal with the door and things like that. So pretty appealing there. And it looks like the handles are removable too, which would be an important piece if you're trying to get some extra storage there. So Blizzard box, powered by Type S. This is their new, saw this just the other day, bolts into the existing factory bolts, gives you a place to mount a light, and a place to mount an antenna. So for those of you running GMRS antennas, really great spot for that. A whole lot better than being up on the cowl, and it gives you that extra point for a light if you choose to mount one of those, which can illuminate the trail a little bit better in those nighttime conditions. So I think that's a cool new product. You may recognize this Jeep from Easter Jeep Safari last year. We got to take a look at it when it was on display there, and while I glanced at it and thought it was cool looking, I wasn't really looking terribly closely at it because I wasn't as interested in the products. But now that I'm maybe in the market for something like this, I'm looking at it a little closer, and I wanted to show you the things that I thought were interesting about the products. So first off, these drawer slides, you push down on that to unlock it and pull out. It takes two hands. Okay, because I got the camera in my hand right now, I can't do that. You push down on that, and those lock in really nicely. They bolt into this platform, and that platform bolts into the existing tie-down points on the Jeep, and then they add a couple nutserts for extra strength. When I was talking to the guys here, they were mentioning how the JK platform didn't have enough tie-down points, and so they added a few extra to give it the extra strength. Now, they did say that this particular part, the sliding part, as well as the fridge part, can actually be relatively easily removed. They said because it's so heavy, sometimes it might take two people to, do it, but that if you wanted to run this, as an overland style organization set, when you're camping, you could, and then when you came home, you could remove those and put them inside the garage, use them for storage inside the garage, or excuse me, or just put them in places where it would make it easy to not have them take up the space in the back of the Jeep. The other thing that I think is really interesting is the mass spare tire platform. This is an aluminum platform that straps onto the wheel, okay? So there's these little hinge points here that allow you to pivot those and get to the right tire size. Once it's on the right tire size, you bolt it down and get it tight, and then these wrap around. You can see there's some adjustability here, wrap around the tire to hold it in place. And then you use ratchet straps to hold it all the way in place. And that platform creates a great space for firewood. You could put your roam box like I have on the top of the Jeep there. It's a really, really nice platform. Then they have these additional pieces that add in molly panels. So now you can add in things like Rotopax mounts, or maybe you want to put, some of your recovery gear on the outside. They've got a MaxTrax mount on the inside of it too. That way the MaxTrax are inside here instead of on the outside. So it actually makes a really slick setup, and it doesn't weigh very much. If you remember years ago, I actually had the TerraFlex Alta cargo rack on my Jeep and attached to the rear tire carrier, which was attached to the tailgate. The problem with that, it was so heavy, it was actually putting stress on my HD tire carrier, and my tailgate was actually starting to pull away from the vehicle. That thing weighed 150 pounds. It was a beautiful rack. It worked really well. I loved it. But it was just so heavy. 150 pounds is a lot of weight to put on there, in addition to a full-size spare. This is only 35 pounds made of aluminum. So you compare the weight of that to that Alta cargo rack, and you get the same functionality at a fraction of the weight. Now, I'm seriously considering one of these for the Jeep to replace the way I've mounted my roam box now. I don't mind this. It actually works really well. I can reach it from inside the tent when I'm up there. These Rhino Rack rails are plenty strong for the application. But the problem is, it doesn't work if you want to take your freedom panels off. So by getting one of those racks back here, I would be able to take and put that on this space here instead. And it's really, really appealing. So I'm gonna do it. I just went on their website, standing in their warehouse, placed it as local pickup, and now these guys are awesomely, literally throwing the kit together right now and getting it. I'm gonna go ahead and do the bare aluminum. I think that'll look cool, and I could always powder coat it later if I choose to. But I think I'm excited about this. I think this will be a nice upgrade for the Jeep. know, it's stuff like this that makes you feel like decades of playing Legos is totally paying off.
Yeah.
Well, it's all done. We're gonna go strap it onto the back of the Jeep. So this rests basically right on the Jeep, and he's already gone through and made sure it fits and done all the adjustability. And then once it's on there solidly and level, it's just a matter of running the straps through here, and then you run them out and around the wheel itself. It's a great way to have a bunch of extra storage without the extra bolting on and permanence of some of the other racks out there. So I can put this on for a great weekend getaway very easily, or put it on for a long trip like I've been on now, or take it off and go take the kids to, you know, karate class or ballet class or gymnastics and not have to worry about running it year round. That is gonna be great. I love how much space there is, and I'm excited to get it home and move this roam box down to this spot and see how well that fits. And we've got some extra space here. We can put some stuff. What do you think we should put in this extra space? Let me know in your comments. Well, there's the finished product. The Mass Fair tire platform. It was nice of those guys to put it all together and install it for me too. I hope you've had fun. I know today's video was a little shorter. We didn't do quite as many things, a lot of highway miles, but I hope you enjoyed that sunrise this morning. I know I enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching the whole series. 1111 Overland is made of adventure that I love to have with myself, my family, and my friends, and your suggestions. So put your comments in the bottom. I really appreciate anything you have to say. And please like the video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that little bell so that you can be notified as we make new videos. Thanks again for watching. Thanks again for being part of this. We'll see you next time. This has been and continues to be 1111 Overland. He should be here any minute.
You have your 18mm wrench already?
I do.
So freaking amazing.